What is up, guys?
Hey, come back. We're doing a scene. Hey, get that out of my face. Do. What? Don't you talk crap to me?
So guys, me and Ashley put into work today and we got the gym finished. And she's up there training right now, and since we didn't insulate the floor yet, her music comes down through the floor and you can hear everything. So I can't record in the garage right now while she's training people because of copyright reasons, YouTube. But I am probably going to get a little bit of work done in the Grand Prix. You guys probably got to see the gym already because of the live stream that I did on Wednesday. This is actually Sunday, so it didn't happen yet, but it's going to happen before this video comes out. So yeah, that's what it's like to be a YouTuber.
Hashtag boss cat. Everybody wanted to know what that is on your neck there. It's your bow tie. Huh. Yeah.
So my plan is to start the Grand Prix this weekend. This is still like Monday. Some things came in today for the M45. I ordered some stuff. First is a used headlight. I polished it so it looks pretty dang good for a used headlight. This was listed as $275 on eBay, which is already about the cheapest price on one. It was pretty faded. The lens was faded. If you look at it now, it looks pretty dang good. So on some eBay items, they have them as buy it now price, or they have make an offer. So I made an offer of $230 on this, and they accepted it. So I got this for $230, $30 shipping. It was still $260. So, but that's still the cheapest price I found. And now I'm going to show you guys the gym because it's finished and it looks good, and I'm going to work out right now. So, thanks to Daddy Tech ENT, he sent me a laptop. I told him it was for Ashley because I have one. So Ashley's going to use that up here, so maybe do some of her scheduling, live stream, whatever she needs to do up here. Let me go through some of the equipment. We did half-inch foam flooring. These are just like puzzle pieced in together. We have a lot of extra of that. Drywall, big mirrors, got at Lowe's. I put them up with metal tracks that holds those in. They have an elliptical, a treadmill, a smart TV. It's not hooked to cable, but I mean, we can watch whatever we want on there. This is for doing dips, pull-ups, and she does like box jumps, so she has this that I made. It's kind of crappy. A dual station universal gym, which pretty much you can do anything on that. I don't really like that machine, but it gets the job done. That AC unit is not big enough for in here, so it'll be coming out of the window. We got a bigger one on the way. It's a floor unit so that it doesn't, the condensation ain't dripping outside onto the deck. She'll have to dump a tray, whatever. A bunch of free weights, a squat rack, and then this is just like her aerobic area. We have some battle ropes. But the gym turned out phenomenal, and I'm about to do my workout. I did order one modification for the M45 that it just needs to have. I can't help it. But when I first got it, the power wire for them and the 2 extension wires were missing. Now I emailed them. They sent me out another kit. I got 2 of the things I already had, 2 things I needed. I'm missing one extension wire, but I can operate them now because I got the power wire. So I have them hooked up to a jumper pack. I'm going to show you what I got for the M45. That's right. I got exhaust cutouts for the M45. I still want it to have stock exhaust for whenever you don't want to have the sound. You want the pleasant, quiet ride. But I also want there to be a V8 and want you to be able to hear it. They work really fast, and I don't think... Yeah, you can tap the button. You don't have to open them the whole way. So you can go full... Or you can adjust it by just a couple clicks. And it's got 1 control box. That's just awesome. This might be my new thing. Downside being the cheapest ones I could find. This whole kit and stuff right here, it was $100. Okay? They're 2.5 inch. I looked at this thing, I'm pretty sure the exhaust pipe's 2 inch. They look small. So I'm probably going to have to upsize to these and then go back down to stock size. So I'm probably going to need adapters. But I test welded on this one. I just wanted to make sure I could weld on this metal. I wasn't sure if it was stainless or what. And I can weld on it. Yeah, it kind of looks a little uglier. But I was just testing on this. See, this is all stock. And everything is actually really good quality and thick metal. Like, it's thick walled. And looks really nice. I do have some spare piping down here. I don't even know what size it is. And I have some actual, oh, it actually looks like 2.5. I could cut that right there and then have some turn downs. But yeah, I have, oh, look at that. What size is this? Perfect. So, I'll just chop those and we'll have some turn downs. We'll weld those on there. That's great. I didn't even know I had the perfect size. I will obviously chop them down, but like my thought process is I'm going to have the cutouts on the outside of the exhaust. The turn downs, I'd actually have them turned out at a downward angle, and it would make the exhaust come out like right here whenever they're open. So that's probably what I'm going to do, but I don't have the car up on the lift yet to tell you exactly what I want to do, but I'm excited. I've never put cutouts on a car before, and it all goes well. I might put them on more cars if I like it, if it turns out good. But anyways, I thought in this video I was going to start on this thing, but I have a lot of other work to do on all of my vehicles, preventative maintenance stuff. So, I got 2 new things for my truck, and one of them I know you're going to hound me for. My truck does not have a brake controller on it. I know, and I've hauled all these vehicles and stuff. I got a brake controller, so I'm going to be putting that on my truck. I have to go get my trailer inspected, so because I found out that with the cars I'm hauling and stuff, Pennsylvania, you have to have it yearly inspected if you're hauling that much weight. So, need to go get it inspected and have the brakes checked and stuff, but I need my trailer brake set up on there. Also got a backup camera for it. I'm going to try to do that tonight too. Wire it up. Need to change oil on my wife's car. I won't video that. I need to change the brakes and rotors on the Kia. I got an exhaust rattle on my car. I probably won't video that either. But the truck is what we're going to do on this episode. So we're going to be installing a brake controller and a backup camera, a cheap backup camera on my pickup. But first, I want to hook the backup camera up to the battery pack like I have with that and just check everything out and make sure everything works. I hooked my backup camera up to my jumper box, and I was highly surprised at how fast this camera came up and how responsive. It's instant if you see that. But I don't know. I'm sure there'll probably be a delay when it's on the truck and they're separated. Right now they're side by side. I am going to wire another cigarette outlet that is underneath the truck, like underneath the dash, which I'll have an on and off switch right here, obviously. But I'll plug this into that cigarette outlet, and I want that to be key on power. But yeah, this kit was like, I'll have to look it up. It was like $35, $40 for the wireless one like this. Not bad at all. Might put one in my wife's Camaro. Real quick, I'm going to take care of a couple of service items I wanted to do, like my wife's car, and get my car up there, and then we'll get the truck up here, and we'll start getting all of this stuff on the truck. Excited. We have some gnarly storms passing over right now. I got the truck in. Yeah. I'm not putting it up on the lift, just so you know. I don't trust. It's not that I don't trust the lift. I don't trust the installer. But yeah, man, my truck's covered in bird crap. But let's put the brake controller on first because it seems really easy. And then, I mean, the camera seems really easy too, but this is a perfect opportunity to show you a new product that I got to review. I cleaned my workbench off, so to show it to you here. This is a cheaper product, and it's a very nice one to have, honestly. I have not tested it yet. I plugged it in, it has power, and it seems to work. But, anyways, my weakness on anything is electronics. I'm not good with electrical. It's always good to have a tester so you can go around, you know, testing stuff. This is a vehicle super probe.
Oh, behave.
This is a vehicle probe, okay? First off, comes in a very nice plastic case. Second, they give you an extremely long amount of cord. Okay, so this is the cord that's on the tool itself. Just look how long that is. Because you hook this thing to either a cigarette outlet or your battery. Then you have an extension to go on that, so you can extend it even further. And then you have your cigarette outlet or your battery terminal outlet. And this is, let me pull this out one-handed here. This comes out of the back. This is your probe. And what I like a lot about this is normally when you are probing wires and looking for electrical issues, you're normally up underneath a dash and you can't see what you're doing. The whole time this is plugged in, you have two LEDs on each side that light up bright. This is a color display. While you have it plugged in, you can apply power, 12 volts, to a wire or ground by pushing up or down on this. And there's a couple of different menus. There's direct current, alternating current, ohms, and resistance. I'm going to use this while I'm installing my camera. Tight quarters over here. So I haven't actually looked for these wires yet, but supposedly these Silverados come equipped with everything you need. Up underneath the dash here, there's supposed to be a bundle of wires taped. And so that was fairly easy. They were just right up in here taped to these other wires. You could see them. They were bundled up. We do not need all of these wires. I believe we need the red, the blue, and the two yellow wires. The colors are not the same on this, but you can actually look it up. They bring it in, they show it in the manual here. Your vehicle power is black, so it'll go to red. your stop light is the red wire. It's going to go to the white and light blue. White is your vehicle ground, which is going to go to white, and blue is going to go to blue. So white and blue are the only two that are going to match. The other two are not going to match. So I have these quick solder joints, connectors here. I'm going to go ahead and throw this together, and we'll see if we got power. This is just a little Reese. What model is this? I'll have to go look at the box, but it's just a small Reese trailer brake setup, and I'm not mounting it to my dash. I'm going to zip tie it up here just because my dad did not want to buy a trailer brake. He just wants to share it with me, so I bought him a second harness like this. So all he has to do is unplug it from my truck and plug it into his. He doesn't use the trailer as much, but when he does, he wants to have trailer brakes. So I'm going to go ahead and slap these together real quick, and we'll see if we get power on the trailer brakes here. Last step, after you get all that stuff hooked up here under the hood, you're going to pull the fuse box cover off. Here it is. Here's your fuse box. This is your power terminal right here. There's going to be a red wire tucked back in here along, you can see it right there. Okay, and it already has a terminal end on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that wire and put it on the power terminal. And they don't supply you with a nut. You're going to have to find one that fits it. I just so happen to have one. So I'm going to tighten this down, and then we'll check and see if we have power. It's working. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. I started installing the camera a little bit. It's getting late. I'm going to stop. I put my monitor up there on the flat portion of the dash, ran my wire right back in through, come out over here. I am having trouble finding a key on power fuse, but I was using this thing. So I have it hooked up to the battery right now. So you can see it has lights on it. Okay, so you can see there's no voltage. Let me stick it on a fuse in here. You can see I'm getting 11.9 on that one. Then also, if you push this button, that applies power. So it'll apply power to the probe, so you can light shit up and blow fuses. If you push down, it grounds whatever you're touching. And there's an extra ground terminal on here. I'm not quite sure. I haven't hooked it up. I'm still getting readings because, I mean, it's hooked up to the battery. So, don't honestly know what you would use that for. But there's direct current, alternating current, maybe that's what that's for. Let me see. Checking for, I think that's what that's for. Let me hook this ground up. Now let me see. That's what it is. So you can check if there's any shorts in any wires. You can hook them one end and check the other. And then this is going to be your resistance reading. So it's pretty neat, honestly, for all the more it's priced. I have a fluke meter, and it's, I mean, normally that's what I use, but this thing's kind of neat in the fact that it has the lights built in. I really like that. It's good for up under dashes and stuff like that, or you're working under a car and it's dark. That's kind of nice to have.
What is up, guys? Next day. Look at that. Oh. But we're gonna continue working on the truck. All we have to do right now is find a key on power to run to both ends. That's it. That's basically all I have to do left. Also last night I got the oil changed in this and went all over it. I even cleaned the engine bay because it was filthy. In mine, I found the rattle that I had. The passenger side header on this side. I don't know if you know that these V6 engines, and Chevy's doing it with a lot of their engines now. The actual manifold on these is part of the block. It's actually liquid cooled. It just has one pipe that comes off the side for one side of the engine, one pipe comes off the other side. While up at the flange up there, there's a heat shield that runs like the whole way down the tube. There was a cracked weld on that heat shield, and that heat shield was rattling, and it took me a while to find it, but I could just get my welder down in there, and I put a spot weld on it, and things as quiet as can be. It always sounded a little bit different than Ashley's car, and I couldn't figure out why, and it was just because of that heat shield. The camera setup, I had to lose my license plate frame because it wouldn't fit over it, but here it is. You just bolt it on over top of your license plate. Now I got all the wires and stuff hanging out down here. Alright, so fuse number 44 is listed as miscellaneous ignition. Right here it is. Come over to here. That's this one. Right here. The ignition's on. We have power. Let me go turn the ignition off and we'll check it again. See, now we're getting ground. There's no power. Alright, so it's still a freaking nice day out. Me and Ashley went to the store, got some things for the garage, and for finishing this project. Got a dry erase board so I can take notes. Got all my Grand Prix notes here. Got all my M45 notes right here. As of right now, it might update. Like, I have disassembly here with a line because I need to add everything that's broken that I'm going to have to replace. The truck. I want to show you what you should get when you're wiring in something like this. These are very nice to have. Okay. Lighting. There we go. Natural light. These things right here. So I found that fuse that runs miscellaneous ignition. Okay. This, you take the fuse out, you stick this in, and you place the fuse back in this, and then there is another place for another fuse right on there so that you can add a fuse for this line. But then you run your power right there to whatever you want to power. And I thought about getting like a bus bar then to like hook everything up, but you really don't need that. It's all going to run off of the one fuse on here, so if you have a problem with the camera, you can just pop this open, replace the one fuse, and pop it back in. So my wife had to come out to show you that we're twinning today.
We're twinning, husband and wife twinning.
Mm-hmm.
Hubby and wifey.
We're unwrecking today.
Unwrecking.
Yeah. And right there are the brakes and rotors for the Kia. So I'm going to have to slap that in here after I get done with this. But I've been running all over God's creation. Got myself a spool of wire. I'm going to have to run this to the back of the truck to have key on power. I already ran the wire through where the main harness goes through the firewall. I need to finish wiring the cigarette outlet. I cut the end off the one and put a ring terminal on so I can just ground it. I got an outdoor weather resistant cigarette outlet because it just looked more durable, to be honest with you. Slowly but surely getting there. I had to do tuck all the wires up. Right here is the wireless box and power wires and stuff. I have zip tied up here out of the way. Ran the outlet over here on the side of this panel, which is kind of floppy the way it just clips on, but whatever. I can turn it off right there so it's not on while the truck's on. Now it lit up, and this is lit up. So once the back signal is on, then we should be able to So I feel accomplished. and it works fine. Like I said, the wireless signal thing is up here. I zip tied the other one to the trailer plug in the back to sturdy it up. Got the wire tucked away down there, but it's instant. As soon as I turn the key, boom, there it is. So my advice, if you're buying one of these cheap cameras to install on any of your vehicles, do not go with the wireless ones. These are the wireless ones. I can wire them. All I'd have to do would be to unplug those signal boxes and then just run a wire from the back one up here to the signal for the camera up here. It wasn't bad to install. It was easy. But what I'm finding and what I've read online after I ordered it is the wireless ones tend to have a little bit finicky picture with the wireless. Doesn't seem to harm it at all. Now look at it. When I hit the brakes, then it I think that has to do with the wireless signal. I might end up getting a wire to run to plug it in, but I mean, until then, yeah, now it's not even coming through now. Last but not least, the Kia. I'm just gonna do a time lapse, changing all the brakes, pads, getting it done and over with. So this is just gonna be a time lapse, very fast, hopefully not very long, and then we'll close out this video. So the old girl has some stopping power now. I popped that in case the fluid wanted to come up out. You can see we're back up to the max level. We're down pretty good in there. Front brakes were not that bad. Okay, the rotors weren't that bad, the pads weren't that bad, but around here we get lots of salt, and that causes lots of corrosion. So we had a thump in the back end, and it felt like it was on the driver's side. So took that one off. It's fairly rusty. This one is fairly rusty, but right here is what was causing our thump. You see how it's shiny on the outside out here, as opposed to like everywhere else it's not. So this one chunk right here, and then there's a chunk missing out of it right here, that was making our brakes pulse and thump. Especially after they got hot, they were really thumping. So I wanted to replace everything because I've never serviced the brakes on this thing the whole time we've had it. And the back pads were getting down there. You know what I mean? There's still pad left.
and they would have probably been good for another year, maybe even 2. You want to push it. The front ones, they were really good, but these front ones, they probably would have lasted, 2-3 years, because they still have lots of pad left on them. But with, like I said, the way corrosion is around here and everything, I wanted to go ahead and just do them all. So that's one less thing I have to worry about. Plus, we take this thing on road trips a lot, and Ashley's going to take it to North Carolina here soon. So I wanted to make sure that the brakes were good. So now I have nothing to worry about there. So I'm going to get this thing off the lift, get the Grand Prix back up here. Well, I need to clean the shop big time. Alright, so before I called it quits, I was like, you know what, I'm going to tear into this door. Turns out I have to change the whole wiring harness out on this door because there is no crash sensor in the door, which is the reason why I'm getting the light. The harness is just not set up for it. So the glass is in this one and it's down, and I already unhooked this, so technically I could plug this into the harness and put the window up and then work on it from there. It's really not too bad. It's a couple things. It's a little bit of a pain to get to, like the door lock mechanism and everything, which is right there. That's not working, so we're going to take this one. But all in all, we'll get this finished tomorrow. This is when we're going to get all the parts on this thing I kept saying we're going to do. Finally. And if you like this episode, go check out some of my other ones. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Alright.